Grace to you and peace, friends. Bishop Paula here, a few days before Ash Wednesday, which in itself is a little bit hard to believe. Some of you know that before I went to seminary, I went to art school. And as with any kid going off to college, I had some expectations about what I would be doing and learning. Up until that point, I had had some wonderful teachers and mentors. I had worked with many different kinds of mediums: clay, paint, drawing, you name it, I had tried it, except for one thing: charcoal. And of course, you guessed it, my first class asked us to work with charcoal on newsprint. It was really odd, really challenging, especially for a left-hander who ended up smudging most of the lines into an intangible mess. Eventually, I seemed to get the hang of it, but mostly everything looked a mess and cloudy and not really anything I would want to show anyone. So imagine my distress when I came home one break and had my high school art teacher ask me to show him what I was working on. I certainly didn't want to do it because, as I said, most things looked just a mess. But his experienced eye could see through the smudges and the tangled mess of what looked like chaos, and he could offer some suggestions. One of the things he reminded me of was that in my own anxiety to make clean lines and smudges where there should be smudges, I had forgotten an important rule. Stay open to what shows up on the page. Keep your eyes open to something surprising that might happen and turn into something new. Working with that new medium forced me to see where I lacked skill, what I needed to work on, how I could be better. And most importantly, it forced me to sit still. When we allow ourselves to sit in the mess and chaos of our lives, it provides a way to sort through the smudges and tangled lines, and to borrow a line from the psalmist from Psalm 51, to create a clean heart within us. Ash Wednesday asks us to step into a season that's all about taking the smudges and tangled lines of our lives and smoothing them out into a work of art. Lent challenges us to reflect on what we've filled our lives with and to see if there are habits or practices and possessions and ways of being that we have created that have really caused chaos or that numb us to the presence of God. Each of the scriptures for the day urge us to pay attention to the rhythms of our lives so that we might discern which ones draw us closer to God and which ones pull us away. Are there habits and ways of being that you are so interested in and so attached to that it has become difficult to see the new thing God might be inviting you to? I would like to share with you a blessing for Ash Wednesday written by Jan Richardson, which might help you answer that question. She writes, "So let the ashes come as beginning and not as end, the first sign, but not the final. Let them rest upon you as invocation and invitation, and let them take you the way that ashes know to go. May they mark you with the memory of fire and of life that came before the burning, the life that rises and returns and finds its way again. See what shimmers amid their darkness, what endures within their dust. See how they draw us toward the mystery that will consume, but not destroy, that will blossom from the blazing, that will scorch us with joy." Friends, I hope that you have a meaningful Lenten season, that you are drawn closer to God and to each other. Take good care.